Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas XX78 with a quick collection pick of video. Went to the comic book store that I go to pick up the books that were waiting for me on my pull list. It's been about 3 weeks since the last time I went, but comic books, not many comic books were released, but still, like I said, I went picked them up, read through them, and I wanted to give a quick review and share them with you guys. So, first off, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 17. This ghost guy infiltrates Parker Industries and wants to sabotage the company, basically bringing it down. And Peter Parker has to, safeguard his secret identity without everyone realizing he's Spider-Man. They're also doing this backup story with the Black Cat. She's reverted to being a villain again, and she's going around stealing things. And at the end of the issue, she wants something that May Parker has. So something's gonna happen there. But yeah, I again don't know what the future is for Amazing Spider-Man. I've read online that Miles Morales is going to be part of the Avengers, like I mentioned. So. I don't know if Amazing Spider-Man is going to get canceled or if it's still going to keep going after or during the whole Secret Wars thing. I did read that they were going to make a miniseries with Spider-Man married with Mary Jane, and they have their kid. So that's the only thing I've read so far. But I'm going to pick up that mini, and we'll see what happens with Spider-Man. Picked up Avengers. Issue 43. I thought this was gonna end with issue 44, but I think it's gonna end till 45. But basically, last issue, the Shi'ar got a whole armada to try to attack Earth, and Reed Richards and the rest of the Illuminati want to or are trying to put a stop to that. They had Tony Stark. I don't read New Avengers, so I don't know that part of the storyline with the Illuminati. But they had Tony Stark in a cube, and then they release him. And while they're trying to deal with the Armada stuff, he's doing his own thing. Since this is really kicking into Secret Wars, it's doing a lot of crossovers with the New Avengers book. But I'm not, again, I don't pick that one up, so I'm missing a huge chunk of the story. So yeah, I'm kind of lost with that one. But again, that series is gonna end, and I've seen the new lineup for the Avengers, and I'm definitely dropping Avengers. Picked up Batman and Robin. Batman takes Damian to fight a threat with the Justice League. But it turns out that threat was manufactured by Batman and the Justice League. Basically, because it turns out that Damian had his powers for a limited amount. So this whole thing was to make Damian spend his powers. So now Damian Wayne doesn't have superpowers anymore. But it's still a good issue. Again, don't know what's going to happen with Batman and Robin. I'm pretty sure this was the last issue because I read online that they're going to give Damian Wayne his own solo book, which, as I mentioned, it's not something that really interests me. I like the dynamic between Damian and Bruce Wayne, but a solo book just for Damian is not something that I think I'll pick up. So this might actually be the last issue of Batman and Robin. They released an annual. I picked up Batman and Robin annual, an expensive annual, $5 now. But this was a nice story. Batman and Robin go to the moon to fight off a invasion of parasites that to control of this moon base. Nice dynamic between Batman and Robin, and again, it might be a send off for the series. So I don't know how they're going to explain how Damian's going to get his solo book. Also, I couldn't resist picking up Batman and Robin for the Convergence event. This deals with the pre-52, which honestly doesn't in and of itself doesn't make that much sense because the New 52 supposedly didn't alter Batman's history that much. But this is before the reboot, because you have Batman and Damian Wayne dealing with the Red Hood and Scarlet, who was an assistant that he picked up before the reboot. So, but then the Convergence things happened. So I don't know. This I think these Convergence miniseries are going to be 2 issues a pop, so only one more issue to go. I think they're gonna release one for Swamp Thing, which I might pick up. They released one for Superman, which I didn't pick up. And if they release a Batman one, I'll pick up. But I just couldn't resist picking up the Batman and Robin one. Picked up Convergence issue 0. This actually takes place when Superman was infected with the Doomsday virus, and he was fighting Brainiac. And got sucked into a black hole. Well, it turns out that they kind of got sent into a nexus of some sort, and Superman, the New 52 Superman, is fighting all the versions of Brainiac that have somehow also been stuck in that black hole. So you got the New 52 Brainiac, the Vildrox Brainiac from before the reboot, the Robot Brainiac, the other Brainiac that they reintroduced again. So every single version of the animated series Brainiac, every single version of Brainiac is interacting with Superman. So basically, they erase Superman's memories, kick him back to his universe, and all these versions of Brainiac kind of coalesce into one single thing that called himself Telos, I think. So yeah, that kicks off Convergence issue 1, where some of the heroes of Earth 2 find themselves in these outside of these domes, and this new creature, the Brainiac conversions, called Telos, I think it's Telos, has all these bottled cities from all the multiverse, and basically he says that he's going to put all of the cities to fight against each other. It's pretty much kind of like the plot to Secret Wars. He's going to put all the cities to fight amongst themselves, and whoever's the more fitting one is going to survive, and that's the only one that's going to stay. So you're going to have, the pre-Flashpoint universe interacting with the new I think it's the New 52 maybe, and it's going to have interactions with the Flashpoint universe, and so on. So it really does sound a lot like the plot from Secret Wars, the Marvel event that's going to happen and hasn't begun yet. But I don't know. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick up the series. I'm not going to pick up that many miniseries, but I'm going to pick up the series because, like I've mentioned before, I'm a big sucker for alternate realities and what-if stories, so I'll pick up the 8-issue series that this is going to last. Went to the back issue bin, and I picked up Doctor Strange issue 34, because this issue is an Infinity Gauntlet crossover, and I really, really like the Infinity Gauntlet, so I want to pick up the crossover issues. In this one, Doctor Strange and Dr. Druid are pulling people out from the battle with Thanos, and they pull out Dr. Doom, and they send him to the mountaintop to heal. The mountaintop with the monks that help create Dr. Doom, basically. And as they're purifying his body, his shadow emerges, and but this is a shadow of goodness. This is Dr. Doom's goodness, but he's not that good after all, so Doctor Strange have to fight him. The only thing that as I was reading this book, I realized that some of the pages are flipped. The order of the pages are kind of messed up at the end. It's 2 pages that are just like flipped. It's very weird. I don't know if all the other issues from Doctor Strange has that mistake, or if it's just the one I bought. But it's very weird. But it's still, like I said, I want to pick up all the Infinity crossover issues of Doctor Strange. And also, I want to pick up some more Doctor Strange. I have a bunch of gaps in my collection, and I have a feeling that when the movie comes out, Doctor Strange is going to get scarce, so I might as well pick it up while I have the chance. So you might see more Doctor Strange books here. Picked up Darth Vader issue 3, which is still an amazing read. Darth Vader finds this rogue archaeologist that is trying to figure out stuff from the past, such as things from the Old Republic. So Darth Vader finds her, and she has a chip for a protocol droid, 000, which is literally like the inverted C-3PO. It's a protocol droid, but he tortures people. He is mean to people. They also released this astromech, which is like the R2-D2, but he's evil too. So he's like a fully equipped death machine. So it's very interesting, this dynamic that they've put Vader in, that he has his own evil versions of C-3PO and R2-D2. Very, very interesting. And his dynamic with, I still haven't memorized her name, but with this rogue archaeologist is pretty cool. Picked up Darth Vader 4, where Vader and his new team returned to Geonosis, which was a big set piece in Attack of the Clones, where the Geonosis Queen has used technology to... Because apparently the Empire destroyed the Geonosians, and now she's the queen. She's the last of her race, and she's it's kind of like the alien thing, the alien queen, but with technology. So she's producing a mix of droids with Geonosians. It's very weird and perturbing, but Vader sets out to steal that droid producing machine because he wants an army for himself, and he figures out what the Emperor has in store, and apparently the Emperor has the same idea because he wants to create an army of replacements for Vader. So next issue he's going to travel to wherever that is, and he's going to try to take that out. But very, very interesting to see a Vader scheme and counter scheme the Emperor, while at the same time this new dynamic with the evil droids and the rogue archaeologist. Very, very cool series. I'm really, really liking this a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah. Picked up Return of the Living Deadpool. This is issue 3. I think one more issue to go. And Deadpool is trying to help the survivors survive the zombie apocalypse, plus the Deadpool apocalypse. But also, he encounters at the end like a church of Deadpools, and they're calling off as divinities the writers that have worked in Deadpool. Can't say enough about these series. These Deadpool miniseries are always good reads. I like anything, especially when it's written by Bunn. I know Deadpool died in his 250th issue. I've read that people aren't very happy about that because he died as a means to promote Secret Wars. And I've also read that a lot of people are upset because that's also Marvel's a way of screwing Fox because they have the rights to Deadpool and they're going forward with a Deadpool movie, which I'm honestly excited about. It looks like it's going to be really faithful to the comic book, but Marvel's killed off Wolverine. They've now killed off Deadpool, but they're still going to publish this miniseries. So, if you're a Deadpool fan, you still get your Deadpool fix. But honestly, I really, really like these over-the-top interpretations of Deadpool. So I know that after this ends, they're going to have Deadpool Secret Wars, where Deadpool gets thrown back. I think he gets thrown back into the past or something, and he's going to interact with the first Secret War. So I might pick up that miniseries. Picked up Amazing X-Men issue 18. Again, I don't know what the future of this is going to be, just like Amazing Spider-Man, but actually, no, I think this is going to get canceled. But I don't know what's going to replace Amazing X-Men or Uncanny X-Men. But this is continuing the Juggernaut storyline. where the living monolith took the gem, has the power of Sidorak, and now it appears that Sidorak has his wish because now he has an avatar that can lay waste to everything. But Colossus, King Marco, go visit Sidorak, and they say that fine, you've already done this before, and you always get bored. Why don't you give? Colossus makes a deal like, why don't you give me even more power than you gave me before? Enough power so I can kill you. Then you'll see what unstoppable truly is. And it seems like a deal was struck because a Juggernaut. They take away the powers of the Juggernaut to the living monolith, and a Juggernaut pops up and beats him down. So you think that maybe Colossus stroked the deal, but Sidorak gave the powers to King Marco. So King Marco is back as the Juggernaut, which I'm really happy for. I really like King Marco as the Juggernaut, and he's supposedly even more powerful than he was before. So yeah, Juggernaut's back. Don't know how many issues this series is gonna go for, but I do know that there's one more issue to the Juggernaut story, so I'll pick that one up. Picked up Uncanny X-Men, issue 32. Basically, Cyclops just has a introspective of himself. I like the cover that has the Age of Apocalypse Cyclops, the X-Men 1 Cyclops, the classic Cyclops, and so on. So, but basically, just Cyclops reflecting on his choices, both poorly and good. Havoc makes an appearance, but he's written as a good guy, which is weird because he was one of 3 characters that still remained evil or affected by the inversion by the Red Skull. So I guess that didn't stick that well, but it's an interesting look at Cyclops and some of his decisions. And the last issue I picked up is Wonder Woman 40. Wonder Woman is dealing with this race of things that are being corrupted by the Firstborn, while at the same time Donna Troy has taken command of the Amazons and took all the Amazon warriors to kill the Amazon men that were living in the island, because Donna Troy just wants all women there. So, but the issue ends on that note, and Wonder Woman is going to get stuck with the inversion thing. I'm sorry, the Convergence. I'm not going to pick up that series, but we're going to have to wait until Convergence ends before we realize what's going on. And I don't know what's going to affect 2 books, because Superman 40 hasn't released yet, and Batman 40 hasn't released yet. And I want to see what happens with those. But that was the comic book pickups. Like I said, very short weeks because I'm not picking up as many comic books, unfortunately. And between the books that are going to get canceled, I think I might just showcase some back issues. I want to get, like I said, some back issues to complete some holes in the collection. But like always in all my pickup videos, I like to give the recommendations. There's no Batman, so I can't recommend Batman, otherwise I'd do that. But I'm going to recommend Return of the Living Deadpool. It's a great read. Even if you're not a Deadpool fan, it's awesome. And I'm going to recommend Darth Vader. This Darth Vader series that has started up is brilliantly written, and the artwork by Salvador Larroca is freaking beautiful. His Vader looks awesome, menacing, and he can convey a lot of emotion. And I really like his new relationship with this rogue archaeologist. Even though it really, honestly, there's no way that it can end well for her. There's also a really cool scene where after Vader gets the machine that creates the army, she's like, well, I'm no longer useful to you. You're probably just going to kill me, so just make it quick. And Vader hesitates for a moment. I really like that sequence. And these 2 evil versions of Z-3PO and R2-D2 are really fun, too. So I'm going to recommend Vader. If you're not... It's still up to issue 4. You could probably still track down issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 and to get the whole story. But I definitely recommend this. Even if you're not that much of a Star Wars fan, the read itself and the artwork is worth it. So those are my recommendations for this month. So like always, thanks so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, thanking you and signing out.